Hey everyone, today we're doing a video. It's gonna be of what we think our likely expenses are to be in Vietnam, including our moving costs and the one-time costs when we get there. We're also gonna be reviewing this, coming back to this video in about a year, at which point we should have been in Vietnam for quite a while, 6-7 months, and we'll see if the numbers end up lining up pretty well. This video is kind of long, I think, so I'm gonna end up breaking it into twos. So you'll probably have to watch the second video at some point to see the totals or fast forward to the second video. So the categories are gonna break it up into its one-time costs, stuff I'm bringing with me, which says filming equipment on this page, but it's gonna be stuff we're bringing with us, a likely cost, and then I'll also mention what we're bringing with us. We'll talk about the move costs and our monthly costs that we expect to have in Vietnam once we're settled. All right, so we'll start with the one-time costs. So our one-time costs here, we're gonna need scooters or motorbikes. Anna's probably gonna get a scooter. I'm probably gonna get a motorcycle. Oh, I didn't add the licensing fee in here. That's all right though. So scooters are we're gonna budget $350 a piece roughly. You can spend a lot more obviously, but we don't feel a need to buy brand new scooters while we're there. Maybe after we've been there a couple years and we know for sure we're staying, and if we want something nicer, we will. Other than that, there's no need. Phones, we're gonna get new phones when we get to country probably. We're only gonna budget $100 for new phones. I might actually get one here and bring it with me. We'll find out. I'll decide at some point before we leave. Studio lights, I put this up because this is something like I'm using right now. I'm using lighting in front of me for the video, to shoot this video. And we would bring our lighting equipment with us, but there's gonna be a difference in the electrical outlets. So it's just gonna be easier to go ahead and get new lighting equipment, new electronics, because there's no point in having a bunch of converters laying around the house. Our rental deposit, which is should be a one-time cost. $350 is what we're hoping to spend. We'll find out. New electronics, again, same thing with the outlets. So anything like our small electronics that we're gonna have that are USB powered, we can take those with us. Everything else needs to be rebought once we get there, all right? So that, that's hair dryers, coffee pods, stuff like that, whatever we need, my electric razor. Now, these items, oh, sorry, I didn't give you guys a total. Let me go ahead and give you guys a total real quick. The first subtotal is gonna be $13.25. So that's about what we're expecting on that. Our next is stuff we're gonna buy before we leave the country. And we're only buying this because the import tax seems to be pretty high from chatting with people in country. So we're in a couple of Facebook groups, and a lot of imports just seem like it's not worth it. We might as well just buy it beforehand. So I added this because this is something, yes, I want, but I probably wouldn't have bought until I'd been in country for a while. So helmets, we were told that helmets, if you want to get a good helmet, buy one here, bring it with us. So we're gonna get 2 helmets. We're gonna budget $125 each. An Osmo Mini, this is a little camera from DJI. This is something I've wanted for a very long time as well. I was gonna buy one at some point, so I'm gonna buy it before I leave, so I'm budgeting that in as $350. A Skydio R2, this is a drone that I like. It's an autonomous drone. I was planning on buying this as well. I would have waited again, so I wasn't lugging stuff from one country to the next, but because of the import tax, it's just gonna be so much more. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that beforehand. GoPro Hero 8, this is a maybe kind of item because it's kind of the same thing as the Osmo, but the GoPro has certain functions that I made like a bit better, but it's not something I need. So it depends, if I have the money for it, I might go ahead and buy it as well. Now, this is the biggest maybe I have on here of everything. A waterproof drone. It says water drone, I meant waterproof drone. I don't really like the functionality of waterproof drones currently. However, Vietnam has a rainy season where it just pours. If I wanted to get any aerial images during the rainy season, I would need something that's definitely waterproof and not simply water resistant. That said, especially I also want to be out in the ocean at times. I plan on being fishing quite a bit. So there's benefits to having a waterproof drone. So this is a huge maybe, and I just don't know because I don't like the functionality of a lot of these, but it is what it is. So this is a maybe. I put it on there just in case. That one is subtotal, and that one is 3,600. Last here we have our likely cost. This likely cost comes from my need to work online. So I'm going to be working online. Anna's going to be teaching. Anna's teaching so we can get our visa as we covered before. But I'm going to continue to work online. To work online, I can't have the internet dropping out. And after speaking with some of the expats who live in there, it seems like I'm going to have a Western-owned company come and set up my internet, and I shouldn't have any issues with it. So therefore, I'm going to go ahead and pay the extra money and take this, add this fee in here. So that brings us up to a total of $5,200 for the one-time cost. Now you'll see why I said some of this stuff overlaps in a minute here. Let's go ahead and move on to, I'll actually move on to the move cost next. And I did a high and low on this because it's going to be kind of hard to determine exactly which is going to end up being here. So let's start with our plane tickets. The plane tickets, like currently, if we were looking from today, which is September 5th into January, one-way tickets are $440 each. But we've seen tickets as high as $1,000. That's return, of course. So we don't know exactly what the prices are going to be at the time, especially once travel finally starts opening up. Next thing is shipping Ripper. Ripper, my dog, is a huge wild card. His fees can be anywhere from $0, more likely $275, all the way up to $2,000, depending how we're shipping him. This may include things like we need to buy him a crate that is legal for airplanes. I forget the initials it has, but these crates, his crate alone might cost $600. His shipping will be at least a couple $100. All the things that go included in it, especially if we use a service to ship them instead of risking it doing it ourselves, which not going to risk doing it ourselves, to be honest. All right. Ripper has immigration paperwork he has to do as well, apparently. It looks like it's going to be $400. Now, this is something I haven't found a hard and fast, but I have found $400 to not finding any information at all. So I just put in a high end. Hotel quarantine. When we get to country, Anna and I will have to quarantine, and we have the option of quarantine for free at a nice communist government-run facility. Does not sound exciting to me, therefore we're going to go ahead and choose a hotel that they give us a choice of. The hotels are going to be limited, so I'm guessing the price is going to be more. Plus, they're going to be I'm sure they're going to have guards and people bringing in your food and stuff. So I'm guessing the price is going to be more than normal. By that I mean this is 2 weeks. I'm thinking of quarantine. I put $500 to $2,000. $2,000 I think is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think that's actually going to be anywhere near the price, but it's better to be prepared than shocked. Especially if I'm thinking a month's rent for a 2-bedroom house is $350. I don't think the cost of 2 weeks in quarantine is going to be $2,000. But I put a decent range in there. I should be overestimating on this one. Finally, our visa fees. So again, this is something that we will talk about in a later video because we don't have our visas yet. This is something we still have to go to the consulate and talk to them about. But I've seen fees as high as $200 or $100 a person and as low as $60. So I just put it at $80 to $200. So sorry, as low as $40 a person. So $40 a person to $100 a person, which would bring us $80 to $200 on that. Had a hard time getting that part out, guys. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a later video once we know more. Let's go ahead and look at what we expect our monthly cost to be in Vietnam. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give you guys your totals. So low end total for our move is going to be $1,800. Our high end, and like I said, this is a huge variant, is $6,600. So I'm on a page that we're going to be somewhere in the middle, $3,500 or so. And that's hopefully realistic, which means I should have a buffer if I plan for the $6,600. Moving costs. All right. So we're on to our monthly costs. So I did a high and low on this again. I did a high and low based on other people's experiences I've seen from YouTube videos, from what I can find online about pricing. There's a lot of different information out there. The fact that the pandemic has hit Vietnam hard as far as an economy-wise, the virus did not hit the country hard, but the economic impact to the country has been huge. So prices may be much lower by the time we get there, for all we know, all right? Or everything could open up all at once and tourism spikes crazy, and everyone, from pent-up demand, and prices go through the roof. We don't know yet. Anyway, so the high-low. So we do not plan on eating at home very much. So we put a low end on 350, a high end on 350 for the eating out. That's planning on eating out probably most of our meals except for breakfast, realistically. Home internet. So I've seen crazy low prices, so I put $12, but we're also planning on, like I said, I don't want the internet dropping out. So I figured I'd double that, this is more than double what I've seen for the low end. So 25 should be a safe bet for having good internet. Cell service. Cell service, it looks to be about $25 a month. I haven't really seen a huge variance in that overall. Onto our rent. So our goal is looking for a place that was about $300 a month. And that was very doable pre-pandemic. So I'm guessing the prices are going to be at least that for renting a house while we're there. We're going to be looking to rent like a 2-bedroom house, 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. So $300 a month is about what our budget is. I feel the high end of $375 in case for some reason prices are crazy out the roof. Like I said, we just don't know what's going to happen yet. Groceries. While we don't plan on eating at home, you do need to have some food in the house in case you get peckish from time to time. You don't want to wait for a delivery driver to show up. So I put $50 on groceries on the low end, $75 on the high end. I think those are both kind of high, but safe, better safe than not. Petrol, gas, fuel for the vehicles. So $20 to about $35. I actually should have put that, I actually did that wrong. That should have been per person, I'm guessing. So let's change that to $40 to $70, which I think is extremely high on the $70 rate. But that'll be for both our scooters, traveling daily, basically, for the whole month, all right? Electricity is one of the more expensive things in Vietnam. And because of how hot it is, if you want to run your area, you're going to pay for it. So I put $40 to $60 on this one. Medical insurance. So I've seen a couple companies that take care of the medical insurance. I don't know which one I'm going to choose. The only one that I found a good, hard, fast price on is the one that's $110, and it actually seems to be fairly good insurance because they treat it as travel insurance whenever you're not living in your home country, and you can still go home and visit, and the insurance will count. So I'm considering doing that one, and that $110 is for the both of us. So hopefully that will work out well. All right. Next, the motorbike insurance. So motorbike insurance is as little, and this is absolutely mind-blowing, as little as $5 a year. Not $5 a month, $5 a year for the bare minimum. So there's no reason for anyone, even if you're just in town visiting, not to have insurance for a scooter while you're there, all right? So we're going to get the insurance. So we put as low as $5 a month to as much as $25 a month. So if we decide to get nicer bikes or something, we'll probably up the insurance, make sure they're going to pay for a bike instead of it coming out of our pocket. Again, Anna's going to be earning, we're going to be earning Anna's going to be earning Vietnamese money. I'm going to be still earning US money, but at a lower rate because I'm not going to have quite as many clients once I leave here, I don't believe. Let's give you guys a quick price subtotal here. So on the low end, we are looking at $847, not too bad. Our goal for this was, and on the high end, we're looking at $1,115. So our goal for monthly expense is $1,000. That is our overall goal. So again, these are estimates. We're hoping to be right. And if we are right, I'm dead in the middle right now. We do have one more category for monthly expenses. And those are our remaining US expenses. So life insurance, which is actually just an annual payment. So you can call it 45 a month or 500 a year. That would be our life insurance, and that's for the both of us. SIM card, I'm going to keep my phone number for things like my business accounts with the bank are hooked to that phone number and everything else. So I don't want to give up my phone number. I want to be able to show if I'm transferring money or whatever, I can just use my phone number like I've been doing all this time. So I've seen, long as I can transfer my SIM, my phone number to a different SIM card, I've seen companies in the U.S. for as low as $10, but you know, or I can just stay at, or at $35 a month. It's not that much. My credit card, which I might actually decide to pay off depending on how finances go before I leave. This is my business credit card. I might decide to pay this off before we leave, which means it would lower our monthly cost. But for now, it's going to be about $100 a month. So we add that into our subtotals, and that will give us $1,002. That's really good because, like I said, we're aiming at $1,000 a month. And then on the high end, let's see, what is this going to be? $1,295. So not horrible, okay? That's not horrible at all. That's, you know, that's everything: rent, insurance, food. That's crazy good, and that's eating out. So that's entertainment as well. So it's really good, even though I do want to get that number down. So we hope we can get that number down. Let's hit our grand totals. So I already put in the totals for us. Now, I put an item sold here. You see, this item sold here is $9,000. Realistically, we're thinking we're going to get about $14,000 for the items we sell before we just give everything away. But things like the big item things we're going to be selling are cars. So Anna has a classic 1976 Fiat Spider. We're going to be selling that. We're hoping to get about 10 grand for. But we're going to put that for sale. The household items, we have about $3,000 worth of stuff we figured we should be able to sell, and we should be able to get for about $3,000 worth of our stuff. However, that said, most of it, we're just going to be giving it away. But I wanted to lowball everything to make sure I budget appropriately. So I put $9,000, like we don't get anything for either one of our cars, basically. We got $9,000. So we have the one-time cost at $1,300. We have our new items, that would be the drones and stuff. We have our likely cost, which is the paying for that internet service to get put in by a Western company. And we have our high-end move cost at $6,600 with everything being through the roof, okay? And then we also have our low-end move cost at $1,800. So if you subtract those two numbers from the $9,000, the high end, we end up costing us another $2,800 after we sell everything. It will still be another $2,800 to be able to move out of the country completely, all right? The low end would actually be ahead by $1,800, $1,865. That would be ideal. I'm hoping that we're at basically a break even. I do want to get true value for my cars, but you know, we're in the middle of a recession. Real life is real life. So like I'm thinking my used view is not going to get its Kelley Blue Book, but the classic car should. So again, we're not going to get everything that we want as far selling stuff in a recession, but that's what it is. Those are the numbers I have. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and let me know. I think I touched on everything. Again, some of this stuff overlapped and you might have put it in a different place than I did. I've been researching this for a year, making notes on my phone. So putting all this data together all at once, I may have organized it differently just because I thought of it differently at different times. I hope that's helpful. Again, we are looking at our goal of $1,000 a month living in Vietnam. Hopefully we make it there. All right, cheers.